Welcome to the Three in the Paint podcast, episode 16. Jeremiah Solomon, Leo Beas, and an empty chair.
Oh, wait.
Mark Haynes is late as usual. We just have to get the ball rolling without Mark these days because,
oh my goodness,
man, he's perpetually late. Man, he's always late.
That's what happens when you got a ring like the Celtics 4-on-1. Y'all see
crazy.
that?
That's wild.
Y'all see that?
That's odd. The shades look good.
That's what NBA champions look
yeah,
like,
I don't really care, bro. Are you get the Celtics?
You brought the Celsius though, so
that's true. That's mine.
Hey,
though.
that's a man of his word right there.
I did. I lost a case of Celsius to this young man.
I was being generous. I see. No, I'm not trying to take my boys $250. I was like, I'm gonna
Didn't I
take
bet $500, bro?
I'm gonna take it.
Oh,
okay.
here he is.
Oh.
There's Mark Haynes, ladies and
It's
gentlemen.
almost like he was right about the prediction.
Mark Haynes is back, ladies and gentlemen.
My bad, y'all. My bad. Excuse me.
He's coming in like he was the one that was right.
Yeah. I just came from the pop out.
The pop out.
You brought the PJ from LA, yeah?
Yeah, I just got here. I apologize for being
Yeah.
late.
Okay.
We're used to that.
Mark Haynes, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Haynes. Good to see you, Mark.
Oh my
Good to see you.
My bad.
Yeah.
I'm here, though. I'm here.
Yeah, you're here. Well, you're here. We're all here. I don't know, Leo. I guess I'll say something first, and then we'll give you the floor for your gloating and all that.
Okay.
Look,
Here we go.
to the Boston Celtics fan base, I don't apologize for anything I said about Boston.
He already started bad.
I don't apologize.
You already started
I
bad.
don't apologize for a word I said
He
about
sounds-
Boston. I don't apologize for any of it. However, they shut me up. They said everything I said about them. I don't believe in them until they win. All that. They won. They're 2024 NBA champions. You won the chip. So now I have nothing to say. I have no leg to say.
No,
now.
you texted. They might two-peat. They might three-peat.
They look good.
I was like,
no, I don't.
how
I
do
don't
you
know.
go from being a hater to they might do?
Because they crossed the mountaintop. They
is that recency bias or no?
No, it's not recency bias. No.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
No, I
The
never said
optics
three-peat.
look bad on you.
I never said three-peat.
Back to
Never
back?
said three-peat. I said they might two-peat. They could two-peat.
People thought
I
Denver
don't know what
would.
I was like, bro, this guy.
Denver didn't even make it back to the finals.
Bro, they were 81 and 80 and 21 or something this year.
I said that. I was like, they're so dominant, yet they play with their food at times. Like,
No, I don't believe the play with the food thing is ridiculous.
I mean, they proved it in the finals. They literally destroyed this team.
Yeah, they didn't play with their food.
Dallas was just
Yeah,
outmatched.
so they play with the Heat. They literally play around with them.
What do you mean? They win 4-1.
Right. So they gave it, they lost the game and there goes the Celtics again.
like
I don't trust the Celtics. Like, that's all I heard you guys say. I'm like, bro,
I didn't say
they're
that,
bored.
bro. I didn't
said
say
they're
that.
bored.
Not because of the East. That wasn't my reasoning. I said it last episode, I believe. I think I said if they came out the West,
Leo,
I don't think it would have happened.
the head can't go in front of the mic. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This man, it's like talking to King the cattle dog. Yes, you can't do that, bro.
But I'm looking at Mark.
I don't care. It rings, bro.
So I have to be behind it?
Yeah, so move your mic if you want to be turning that way. You can't be doing that.
No, then if I move it this way, then it's going to be in front of the camera.
I thought it was the hand.
No,
Me too. The whole time
do
it was a
y'all want a
hand.
demonstration?
No.
This is a part of
It didn't work.
Yeah, I'm about to say that's not gonna work. I
No,
was like,
but
I see
okay,
clear.
you just gotta. Yeah, you
So I have to
gotta
be behind. So Mark,
Yeah.
if I'm like this, bro, my bad.
We need a real producer to come in here.
Do my breath stink?
yeah,
This is
what the-
crazy. This is crazy. I can't produce this show anymore. Anyways, I'm sorry. Continue on, but it was ringing. So
Yeah, I forgot my what I was. What
You
point I was gonna
said
make, though.
you
Oh,
said
yeah,
that
yeah,
the Celtics came out the West. I'm like, bro, they would have came out the West, the East, the South, the North. It don't matter.
I don't think
They're
they
that
would've-
much better than everybody else.
I don't believe that. I don't believe
Facts.
that. I
Facts.
believe it would have been
Crazy.
definitely. It would have been a harder road to the
Harder.
NBA Finals,
Yeah, Dallas
and they might not came out.
beat
of
your
the
little.
finals. Yeah, man, that hurt. That hurt.
I mean,
I
come on.
don't know if I've ever been this wrong about a playoff. Like it was like round
that's
after
pretty-
round. It was pretty bad. This was an all-time bad
yeah, I had a tough of go
year
too.
for me. But
Yeah.
Boston,
It's all good.
it was like, no, I didn't believe that Dallas would beat Boston. I know I said it or whatever for entertainment purposes, but it was not happening. Like Kyrie and Luka would have had to be Michael Jordan and LeBron on that team to win. And that might not have been enough.
I don't think so.
I
told you guys that. I was like, I don't think that's enough.
That starting five is just ridiculous.
Look, I thought the Luka Kyrie thing would be good for 2 games though, at least, and that it was barely good enough for 1. And I think the Celtics mailed that game in so they could win on their home court. So like,
they did.
Yeah. So like I was wrong about, and I also picked the Celtics. Like when it came down to it, when we made our finals predictions, I picked the Celtics to beat
you went
the Mavs.
back and made sure you picked the Celtics. Huh?
Yeah.
You got to, yeah.
You made sure that.
Yeah.
Happened.
No, because
I picked Dallas
because like you said.
Yeah.
You picked them for entertainment value and whatever, but like we all knew that the Mavs weren't going to win the chip. But I thought Luka and Kyrie at least be good for 2 games at least, and then I thought the role players would step up and play well and maybe get a 3rd game, and so I thought it would go 7.
Nah.
But man, the role players were trash, bro.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Luka was decent on the offensive end. Wasn't even great. He was decent efficiency wise. It wasn't even that great.
What is defense?
Defense was miserable. They were just exposing his defense.
Disrespectful to the game of basketball. Like watching his body language, watching him give up on plays on defense. I was like, dude,
looks like me, bro. It looks like me in a pickup game. Looks like me. I'm out there. You get winded, right? And you're just like, I'm not running back and forth anymore, 100%.
Right? Like, that's literally how I felt with them.
Like that's crazy.
Like that's Luka Doncic.
Disrespect is a great word. I think that says it really well. Disrespectful.
And I'm the biggest Luka fan, but I'm watching this. I'm like, dude, this guy literally is not trying.
They seen him and was just going at him. It was just like, oh,
it's either not. It's both not trying and not being in shape, because both can be true.
But he has all the energy for offense.
Well, he looked a little slow.
Well, Paul George said it best today. He was like, they always talk about me and like 2-way players, and people don't understand how difficult it is to be very good on both ends. And like we always talk about this, and he was like, well, it may seem like Luka's half-assing it because he does so much on offense. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, well, that also shows that he's not in shape. So is he taking the game serious?
Right. I mean, if you look at him, too, like, it's not like he looks like he's in the best shape. I'm not going to say in shape because
right.
can't, but it looks like he could be in better shape. Same with Joker. It looks like he could be in better shape.
But I mean, Joker won it, though.
He won it, so you can't say anything. Just like Shaq. Shaq came in the league in every season like out of shape, and then he won a chip. So it's like
I think it's also a little bit
what
the
can
European.
They say now? What they gonna say?
Yeah, what they gonna say now? It's straight from the Steph Curry playbook. But
always hating on Tatum.
I didn't say anything about Tatum.
I just said what they say now.
Exactly, and all I said was straight from the Curry playbook. I didn't say anything about Tatum.
Anything is possible.
Okay,
we did it.
Let's go.
Look, I was genuinely happy to see him win it. He has taken a lot of. Yes, I was.
You were pissed.
No,
off.
I wasn't. I'm not pissed off. No. My name's not Skip Bayless. My name's not Skip Bayless. Where I hate to see people succeed at the cost of my takes. Look, I was happy to see him win it. Him, Jalen, they seem to be good, genuine dudes. They did go through a lot of scrutiny. They've been there. They've been in this moment many times, and they failed. So I'm happy to see them get a ring. I'm not mad about it. I mean, it still doesn't answer all my questions about who Jason Tatum is, but we're not going to talk about that today. Because this isn't about
Jason Tatum.
This isn't about if I think Jason Tatum is the Batman.
Since 1980 to win a title while leading the team in points, rebounds, assists. Yeah. Let me give you the other guys: Hakeem Olajuwon, Hall of Famer; LeBron James, potentially the GOAT; Nikola Jokic, Tim Duncan, potentially a top 5 player ever, and of course Larry Bird. What does that tell you, bro? You can cherry pick your stats. I don't care. You want to talk about it? You want to talk about his efficiency to get those points? Oh my god!
The most inefficient player on 150 attempts or more in the NBA Finals.
So everything else don't matter. So is Luka great then? Because
what if you score
Luka
30?
Put up stats too, though.
If you score 30, score 30 and you take 50 shots, are we going to say that was a good game? That's an exaggeration, but I'm exaggerating the idea of efficiency.
We're exaggerating like if he was like 10% from the field.
No, we're talking that he was shooting in the 30s.
30 something, 30.
35, I think.
Yeah, I know he had a 39.
30s, bro.
He impacted the game in every category.
He did. He had a good
like
finals.
Jason Tatum said. What they going to say now?
So are
literally
you saying,
what he said.
Are you saying he was better than Jaylen Brown in this?
I'm saying he was better than Jaylen Brown. Yes.
No, he wasn't.
Because just like any great wide receiver out there, the game. Just say Devontae Adams, for example. You're a guy. For great Fresno State superstar,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yeah.
Okay. The attention is going to him, which means what? The second receiver is going to get more opportunities.
That's good.
That is what Jaylen Brown is.
I'm not saying he's right, but I'm saying that's a really, really good.
I mean, it's true though. Because
if it were true, it would be a great analogy. Yeah, if it were true.
So are we saying?
But that's not what we saw. Yeah, did we? That's not what we saw in the finals, bro.
Do you think Jaylen Brown?
That was really good.
Is a superstar? He said, "I don't think so."
Yeah.
So to me, it's like. So if he's not a superstar,
I'm not saying
how
he's
was
not
he
a
the game
superstar.
plan? Oh wait, how was he the game plan for the Mavericks? He wasn't. The game plan was Jason Tatum.
Is that why Dallas lost? Because the game plan was Jason Tatum, and it should have been Jaylen Brown.
Not at all, because that team is just so damn good. But to your point,
I don't even want to talk about this. It takes away from their. They both played great. And to your point, Tatum impacted those games in every other way that wasn't his shooting. He impacted those games.
Bro, he still scored though.
He was.
We never
so
said that about
inefficient.
Kobe.
He was so inefficient.
Kobe is the most inefficient closer in NBA history. Yet we praise him like he is the god of closing games.
I don't.
See what I'm saying? Like if you look at the stats, LeBron has a better percentage in clutch time.
Well, I make that argument too. Like,
I value efficiency, like, I value efficiency, bro.
No, you don't.
I do, bro.
No, you don't.
I literally do.
You pick and choose when you love efficiency.
No, I don't. I do not, actually. We've been talking efficiency for months on this show. We had a whole segment on this show about how I value efficiency and true shooting percentage. All that's so important.
So what was the true shooting percentage? I'm very curious.
I don't know.
That.
It was probably higher than
it was a lot higher than what his actual. Well, because what was his effective field goal percentage? It was a lot higher than his field goal percentage.
No, it was
higher than Brown's.
Because true shooting percentage would take into account.
Well, Brown didn't have like this masterpiece of a series either, though. I mean, his impact on defense was great, but offensively he wasn't. Tatum led.
What are we doing, bro?
Led the team in points, rebounds, and assists, though. And then he has more playoff
He was
points.
great, but he wasn't better than Jaylen.
Look, bro, he has more points than Carmelo, Allen Iverson, Kevin Garnett, Dwight Howard.
Tatum.
I'm sure.
Tatum had the higher
points
usage.
than all these legends.
Okay.
So
who'd you name? Either KG?
I said KG, Dwight, Allen Iverson, Carmelo. He has more points.
But none of them have a finals MVP or finals MVP.
Too soon, Mark. Too soon.
None of them have a finals MVP.
Okay. So let's
compare him to the finals MVP.
So Steph Curry didn't win finals MVP?
Andre
Iguodala did.
But he got one now.
Okay. So why didn't he win it the first time?
I'm just saying, we could compare Jason Tatum. I mean, it's fair to compare him to people who didn't win finals MVP. That's a fair thing to do. But when it comes to the Jaylen Browns, the LeBron James,
I don't necessarily agree with
Steph
that.
Currys of the world, the Michael Jordans, Jason Tatum's just not in that class yet.
That is insane. So
he's not. Is he in that class?
So is Andre Iguodala in that class?
I wouldn't I wouldn't put Jaylen Brown in that class.
I'm just saying he's in when you go in the history books and you
Jaylen Brown is in the Andre Iguodala class because they're very good players. They're not superstars.
But it's finals MVP. No, he's going with what I'm saying, and I say yes. Jaylen Brown. Andre Iguodala, LeBron James.
Last question.
Steph Curry.
Who chooses finals MVP?
Media.
Okay. And what does ESPN want the following morning?
Oh my goodness! No, we're not going here.
To discuss
we're not going here. We're not going here. We're not going here.
Same when Iguodala
We're not going here. That's your.
It was easier to give him the trophy to then have something to talk about.
Stupid conversation.
Then give it to the loser.
Something to talk about than not giving it to Steph.
Ridiculous.
How did Steph not win though?
Because LeBron. If anybody else was gonna get it, it would have been LeBron.
What are you talking? The KD year? You're talking the Andre
year?
I'm
talking about the year that Iggy
when
won.
LeBron should have won.
Yeah.
So how did
But he lost.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So like the media has just all this to talk
about. There's definitely some loopholes for sure.
Look, I can tell you,
loopholes, bro.
You are just discounting entirely the series that Jaylen Brown had. Yes, you are.
He was spectacular.
But no one in this room
No one in this room thinks he's a superstar. So stop it.
I don't think Tatum. I don't think Tatum's a superstar.
I don't think either.
Do you think Ant's a superstar?
I don't think either. Not yet. He could. He has the potential to be.
Is SGA a superstar?
How do you define superstar?
Oh my gosh!
No, that's a genuine question. No,
Wait.
that's a genuine question. I'm asking, what do you define as a superstar?
Is Luka a superstar?
I'm asking you, how do you define it? That's
yes, Luka is. Yeah. I'll answer.
Luka is a superstar.
How do you define it? How do you define it?
It is, and it's in the world of what a superstar is. Yes, Luka is. He's a worldwide name. He's good.
Box office.
He's
yeah.
prolific scorer.
Okay.
He got
don't play a lick of defense, but okay.
And we talked about that, and I have a problem with that or whatever. When we say like, I don't think a superstar means you're the best. Like, there's not many superstars in the league. LeBron is still a superstar. Steph Curry,
there's 6
superstar. KD, superstar. But you have to win it all. And I mean,
so how is Tatum not a superstar? He has all the stats. He
didn't win
he
Finals
has a title.
MVP. It's the same. It's the same.
He's
like,
also not. He's also not. Also,
ridiculous.
No, I'm
bro.
saying. I'm not
that
saying.
Is crazy.
I'm not saying in the sense like
how was
talent
Luka
wise.
A superstar then?
Just because what he brings. That's literally what it is. He's an international player.
What does Tatum
brings
bring?
more. He don't bring more eyes than Luka.
Tatum's not marketable at all, honestly.
Tatum is not marketable at all.
Not
he has
really.
a signature shoe with Jordan, just like Luka does.
I mean, but he
plays them.
Okay,
Boston.
does he bring the type of superstar attention and revenue that like a LeBron James does?
Well, to be fair, nobody does.
Or a KD, even a KD.
Yes, he does over a KD.
Nah.
100%.
Luka.
Tatum
Joker.
is very marked. That is insane to say.
I don't think he's that marketable.
What
is his
bigger?
brand? What is Tatum's brand?
Jordan brand.
Jordan brand, just like Luka.
No.
But
I'm asking what. No.
Hold on. When people talk about Luka, they don't say Jordan brand. They say Luka.
I'm talking.
I say Tatum.
No, I know Jordan. I know
either.
what brand Luka's attached to. I'm saying, what is Jordan's brand or
is
Tatum's brand?
What does that mean then?
Like Tiger Woods' brand is power and finesse and like, when you think Tiger Woods, you think of what he is as a brand. What do you think of when you think of Tatum's brand?
Smooth, super scorer. He can do it all. He can score on all 3 levels, and he proved that.
He just haven't averaged 30 before. I feel like to call somebody a super scorer, you gotta at least average 30.
Seriously, he put up 30 twice.
Out of
5 games.
I almost disrespected some people I like, but so has players that are out of the league.
Andre Iguodala never scored 30, and he won Finals MVP.
You mean in the finals or just? I was about to say he definitely scored.
He has more points than
30-point
KG,
games.
than Allen Iverson, than Carmelo.
And
this
the
guy
most
has historical numbers
and the most inefficient
this year.
Player
this year.
in the finals.
Wait.
You know who was the finals
year,
MVP?
In the finals.
Who was the finals MVP when Boston
I'm talking
won?
Playoffs, historical playoffs. Jason Tatum is one of the greatest ever.
Look, I don't like
already.
This, I don't like this conversation because
was Tatum's run to the finals better than Paul Pierce's?
Ooh.
Yes.
No. Come on. No. You keep bringing up KG.
Look,
when
bro,
he wasn't even the Finals MVP.
What Hall of Fame is Tatum playing with on his team? Pierce played with 2 Hall of Famers and Ray Allen the best. And KG.
Jaylen Brown may not be a Hall of Famer, but he was the best player in this series.
He was.
Is he the best player on the team?
He's the best.
Would
player
every
in the series.
GM in the league take Jaylen Brown over Tatum?
Half the GMs in the league would.
No, hold on. I ain't gonna go that
What?
far. I ain't gonna go
half
that
the
far.
GMs in the league would.
My bad with your camera.
That's fine. Half the GMs in the league would.
I disagree. I disagree with that.
I'm not saying I would, but I'm saying half the
why.
GMs in the league would.
This is
You don't believe that, Jay?
Clip that.
You don't believe that.
Quick, clip that.
You don't believe that.
I do believe that.
Where do you rank Jaylen Brown then?
An all time?
No, just in the league today.
Oh, I don't know.
Is he better than Booker?
Jaylen Brown?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is he better than Ant? Is he better than SGA? Is he better than Luka?
No.
Who he just beat?
Yes, he is better than Luka.
Yeah.
Because he plays
I'll go
plays both ends of the floor.
Hey, clip that shit. He's better than
I'll
Luka.
He plays both. Bro, Luka.
So is Tatum not better than Luka?
I think Tatum probably is.
Okay, well, that's more sensible.
I'm not hating on Tatum.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on Tatum,
so
bro.
you back down now?
Hold on.
About
So you back?
what? I'm not back.
He's
Tatum better than Luka?
about to walk out.
Huh?
Tatum better than Luka?
Yes.
All right, there we go.
I've been saying that for
Two-way
a year and a half.
Two-way player.
Look.
We talked about that last episode.
So is
Can
Brown
you
the
be
top
best?
10 player?
No, Brown is not a top 10 player. Tatum's not a top 10 player, bro.
Tatum is not a top 10 player.
No, he's not.
But people would put Luka there.
Yeah,
so that's why it's so much hypocrisy, though.
No, but he shouldn't be, and which is why I'm so happy. Thank you, NBA voters. I'm so happy he didn't win the MVP because if Luka wins the MVP, the award's cooked.
I thought you was Luka.
If Luka wins the MVP, the award is cooked, bro.
No,
you said he's a top 5 player.
Who, Luka?
Yes,
I never said that.
Like a show ago.
What? I don't think I said that.
I think so.
I said he was a top 5 player.
Yeah. So
because we talked about him and Joker.
Like you're going back and forth with like
in terms of MVP. Yeah, I remember this conversation.
No, I'm just saying, what's your stance then? Like,
look, the how much he was exposed this finals as the amount of liability he is on the defensive end. He has been, but I didn't really see it that way until this finals because it shined through in this finals. Mm-hmm. It didn't show in any of those playoff series when they were beating OKC.
They were winning.
It wasn't showing like that in those series, but in this finals, it was so glaring how much of a problem his defense is. And so considering that, I would have taken Tatum or Brown over him in this finals because you can see how.
But do you think there are better players than him
as a whole?
Yeah,
you gotta define what better means. Like
better, just better. I mean, I'm taking this guy.
Give me Brown and Tatum on my team over Luka.
Like, yes, as a pair, yes.
No, not
yes.
as a pair.
I'm saying individually. Give me one of them.
So you would start
over Luka. So I start my team with Tatum and Brown.
Yeah, no, I would do the same. I would
start my team with Tatum, but you would start a team with Jaylen Brown as your number one.
I would.
Was he the number one this series?
No, he wasn't the best player this year. Though.
Got him.
Like it takes a whole season to get to the playoffs to like go through the process.
Look,
I think everyone on the team knows
basketball is a team sport. So obviously, if I'm starting with Jaylen Brown, it's not the only thing on my roster or the only player on my roster. So.
Okay, but then
I can start with Jaylen.
Then, like, why do we have GOAT conversations then? Like that to me, that's just pointless.
No, because these players are
most people say Jordan is the GOAT because he is 6'6". Does that really mean anything?
That's what I'm saying.
You
so
like,
why? Why even have that conversation then? Or like, why even have rankings all the time if it's such a team sport?
I mean, that's always been my peeve with the GOAT debate is that it's a team sport and that you can't win on your own. But you can still have the greatest at something that's ever done it. But that doesn't mean that he has the most rings or whatever.
Because people you got the hat on too. But
yes, sir.
Because people got into like, oh, it's a team sport and you have to win championships to be the greatest. Barry Bonds is the greatest baseball player of all time.
Oh, he is.
But he didn't win a World Series.
Also, shout out and a moment of silence for Willie Mays, Mr. 24.
Say hey, kid.
Say hey, kid. What a guy, huh? Speaking of one of the legends of a sport,
91?
greatest of all time, 93. Yeah, Willie Mays. What a good guy, too.
Good life.
Good life.
One of the greatest of all time.
But not to derail us, but important to recognize him and his contribution to society. But
it's just crazy that after this, I'm still perplexed that you said that he's better than Luka.
Not offensively, obviously, but
I'm
defensively.
Just a better player.
It's almost like would I rather have Davion Mitchell or Keegan Murray for defense? And I would rather have Keegan Murray.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking
no.
Who's
Hold
the better
on. Let
player?
me finish my analogy. The fact that Davion Mitchell is a better on-ball defender, but Keegan Murray is a better team defender. So I would rather have Keegan Murray on defense, even though Davion Mitchell probably is a more talented defender. So what I'm saying is, while Luka is more talented, he doesn't play any defense, and he's a liability, and it makes his value as a whole come down.
But his offensive impact is better than anything that Jaylen does.
Yeah. Right, for instance, like I'll take this guy, and this doesn't always mean you're the best player, but in a game of one-on-one, is Luka beating Jaylen Brown?
Yes. He's fucking torching him.
Heck no. Because he's like soon as he doesn't have the ball, it's over.
I think you would.
He's running. Jaylen Brown. It's a straight line to the basket. It's layups.
I mean,
Luka has to make 10 step backs. Can he make 10 step backs in a row? Yeah, he's talented enough to do it. But chances are he's going to miss one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
As soon as Jaylen gets the ball, I'm straight to the back. Luka's not slowing him down. They're layups. It's layup.
I still think 1-on-1 and not 5-on-5, which I think 5-on-5. Jaylen to me doesn't process the game. Nowhere near that.
That's different.
And that's when impact comes in. And just when we ask who's better player, it's like, why don't we take the guy who can process the game like that?
Yeah. I just don't want a guy who I can't. It's not even depend on, because that would be giving Luka's defense too much credit. But I don't want a cone. I don't want a guy when I see like people used to get on Steph Curry about being like, being picked on or whatever. You put them in a pick and roll and you make them switch on you. But it still wasn't like guys were just running right by him.
Yeah.
He just was too small and like, especially against the Cavs or whatever, it was like, who's really going to slow down LeBron? But Steph put on, he really took that serious. He put on weight. He really started to try to play defense, and he got better.
Sure.
Luka, we're not seeing that right now. Obviously, he's young. He got plenty of time to, make changes. But
next year's going to be a big year for seeing how he comes into the season.
The problem with him, there's no effort. Steph was always giving effort.
Yeah.
He just couldn't stop anybody.
Yeah, so congratulations to the Boston Celtics and my guy Leo Beas for being correct on his predictions. Congratulations to Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, the whole organization.
And congratulations to Kendrick Lamar.
Okay. Definitely. So, speaking of championship teams and teams that haven't won a championship in a while, Sacramento Kings have not won one in a minute.
Right.
They were robbed in their last attempt many years ago. Not robbed per se. Well, robbed in a sense, but just weren't able to get it done. But
just say it. They were robbed.
Well, they were robbed, and then they were also robbed by themselves. They just didn't play well enough. But don't want to make excuses. But they're in for a wild ride this offseason. They have Malik Monk coming up as a free agent. They're limited because they don't own his bird rights, so they're limited in what they can offer him. It's going to be a treacherous offseason for the Kings. They have the 13th pick in the draft, which is next week. Draft starts on Wednesday next week. They have Malik Monk rumors. Teams are allowed to negotiate with their free agents now the minute the finals ends, so that's a change from previous years. Obviously, Malik's going to explore the market a little bit. What are we thinking about the Kings offseason? What is their priorities going into this? And what do they need to do in a scenario that they lose Malik Monk? Because that's looking more likely than not.
I think the scariest part about it is there's nothing they can do with Malik right now. Like there's no convincing him like to stay or whatever or whatnot right this minute. Doesn't mean that he's going to be gone, but there's no, what can you sell him? You could give him 4 years, $78 million, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's it. And I think at, since the season ended, it was like known, even though the Kings weren't able to talk to him until the new rule after the finals and say, hey, we're going to give you this 4 years, $78 million. I think it's worldwide known that the Kings want him. And I think it's some mutual feelings there as far as Malik wanting to be in Sacramento, but there's nothing to talk about. And that's kind of probably the frustrating part is like, what can I say? I could give you 478. Hopefully nobody else offers you more.
That's not a good position to be in.
So it's no even point. Like because a meeting, I don't know if a meeting is even necessary.
Yeah, because he's gonna get offered more than that on the market.
Yeah.
He's worth more than that.
He's definitely worth more than that. And then it's like, at the end of the day, what does he want or whatever? And how much higher do other teams want to go? Like, is $85 million enough to say I'm gonna leave a situation that I want to be in?
No, it's not. No, but it has to be like 100 plus.
Yeah, we all agree.
Get that. Do we not all agree that he's gonna get that offer from someone?
He's worth it, but
he's worth it.
There's like,
but it's another thing him getting it though,
right? Because what else? Like
there's other people on the market, right? Like, is he the clear-cut best player
on the free agent market?
Yeah, see what I'm saying?
Or do they want to try to get two players?
Right. Or that.
Are they saying we sold on Malik to where we go give him 120, 125?
So for example,
is he better than Tobias Harris?
Yes, he is. But
come on,
no.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, then he can't get Tobias money.
That's not the point. He just brought up a great point. He said, "What if a team like the Magic, who have all this money to spend, what if they're saying we're not Malik away from winning the championship? We're 2 pieces away, right? And like you said, what if we split the money
and we try to offer him 90,
and then we go get someone else?
Okay, great hypothetical. Who are you splitting the money with? The market's slim, bro.
Yeah, or that too.
Who you getting? Klay Thompson? You gonna split the money with Klay?
I mean, I would. Or if I could get Klay and Malik.
No, I'm saying money. Or if you get,
give me that. Give me that.
You're not getting both. I'm saying
I'm just saying
you might get Klay,
but Klay isn't getting over $30 million guaranteed.
For like way less, and then get like
somebody else. Yeah,
right.
And you may say, all right, that's better than just one Malik.
Exactly.
Okay, Klay might get what, $40 million over 2, maybe. If
how much?
But still,
$40 million for 2 years.
Yeah, $20 million a year.
That's
maybe.
Right.
I mean, but that's what the Warriors offered it.
That's like maybe.
Apparently, the Warriors re-offered that to him too later on, and he still turned it down.
I think reality's going to set in for Klay, and like I love Klay.
I mean, he unfollowed. I mean, we can talk about this. He unfollowed the Warriors. He deleted championship posts with the Warriors, which is petty as a child.
He didn't delete them. He archived them. It's different because he can always bring them.
That's so different, bro.
He can always bring because they're archived, which I can re-archive them.
Yeah, maybe he has a new social media manager, and they're just trying to clean it up.
That's it.
He
has new social media manager.
You guys are you guys are all about the conspiracies. And this one, you're like, nah, that was just sweeping under the rug. That's crazy. But I don't know why Klay didn't take the money.
LeBron followed Kendrick Perkins.
There you go.
Perk?
He unfollowed
Big
him.
Perk?
That's his teammate.
Well, Perk's a special individual, man. He's quite the guy.
He is quite the guy.
See, and sometimes
I think Perk's entertaining, but
I unfollow and follow people like on accident all the time. Like it could be an accident. You scrolling through, and now they put the follow thing right at the top on Instagram, and it's very easy.
Right.
And who knows?
I'm one with he has a new social media manager. But to your point,
oh my gosh, there's no way you're actually going with that, bro.
I am.
No.
With Malik though, yes, the Kings are in trouble because
big time.
He's like. The Kings are his last resort, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's really what the truth is.
Financially, yeah.
Well, not. I mean, financially, yes. Financially, but not. He wants to be in SAC. He just can't get the money from them. Yeah, absolutely. Which
nobody should blame him.
Not at all. Especially, the way he got hurt at the end of last year. It just goes to show you injuries can happen like that in the league.
Just like that.
Look at Klay Thompson. He was never the same after he got hurt.
Okay, so Malik is half the story for the Kings this offseason. Huge question mark.
I think he's the whole story.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think like more like 80% of
everything else is secondary to that, bro.
They have the 13th pick, but if you don't have Malik,
we have all these rumors dangling, backup stuff, right? The most recent one, Caruso and Zach LaVine.
No, please don't do that to me.
Right. So, I mean, that's kind of what I'm alluding to is you bring those two guys in, you're not bringing back Malik Monk, right?
No.
Like, that is your backup plan just in case you lose, which it's almost like you're assuming that you're going to lose him already if you bring in a Zach LaVine. And then there are rumors where you get BI, which I would be a lot happier with.
But
then some people are still in love with LaVine and the idea of a LaVine, which the talent's there.
Look, anyone, I'm speaking directly real quick to the people in love with LaVine. If you're in love with LaVine, un-in-love yourself with LaVine. You don't want that $40-something million a year.
And
to play
this
what,
is the
20
reason why,
games? To play 30 games? No, thank you, bro.
The rumor came out that if whoever trades for BI, you have to pay him $52 million roughly a year, which in theory, or not in theory, but in life, that's a lot of money, right? But I'll say this.
It's the way sports work, though, bro.
That's the way sports work. That's the way the market is. Hey, even if you pay him that in 2 years, people will still want to trade for that guy because he's a 6'9", 6'10" forward. LaVine, I can't say the same thing. There's a dime a dozen guards coming in to the NBA every single year who are 6'4", 6'5", that can jump. There's a ton of those guys, okay?
And what happens when he can't jump anymore?
That's my point. If you get stuck with his number, you're screwed. And your salary is screwed forever.
It's the same reason you were saying when the Pascal rumors were floating around that you didn't want Pascal. I mean, it would be cool to have Pascal. That would be great.
He's about to get $48 million from a year.
Look, $45 million a year is the new 30 in sports. It just is. Like with inflation, the rise of the
That's crazy.
It is though. It's just insane. It is insane, but it's true. Like
but that hampers inflation, your cap though, bro. Like this ain't baseball.
The league's got to do something with the cap, bro.
The cap, have to raise it.
It has to go up. The cap has to go because you can't sign players. Like this is no disrespect to Malik. I think he's a fantastic player, but Malik's going to get money that you would have never thought that a 6-man would ever get that type of money.
Oh yeah,
he's going to get that type of money this offseason from a team. He's going to get 100, 120 guaranteed.
Was it Jamal Crawford or it was Brandon Jennings who said they never made over like $10 million a year or something like that?
I don't know who it was, but yeah. But to your point about the whole salary cap, how is it that we're able to, or not we, but like the NBA is able to pay coaches all this money? Lonnie Williams is about to get paid 40 to 60 million because he got fired. How is that not money, right? And like that doesn't hurt the cap, right? But that's still money that's being like shared within all like the winning margins of the league,
because the whole cap thing is just about parity,
right? So like, why not raise the cap and try and keep your better players?
Because the owners control the league. The commissioner works for the owners. It's that way in every sport. The owners control the league, and the smaller market owners don't want to have to compete with the Bostons and the Warriors of the world and the Los Angeles of the world.
There's no salary cap in baseball.
But there's a luxury tax, and it's quite hefty. These teams over the tax pay an insane amount of money to the lower teams. Insane amounts of money.
Wow.
So that's the way it works in baseball. If you can spend until your heart's content, but you're paying huge amounts of taxes that literally get distributed to the Oakland A's. They get distributed to Tampa Bay. They get distributed.
Still don't spend no money.
Yeah, and they still don't spend any money.
It's a whole different story.
So like my thing is the reason you can't just raise the cap and the NBA won't just raise the cap is because the owners control that and the owners don't want that. Well, there's only some of the owners that want that, not the majority.
Well.
Right?
That hurts the Kings.
Oh, it definitely hurts the Kings. And I mean,
now you can't keep Malik.
Look,
even though you know that he wants to stay.
And you know what's funny is like Fox kind of talked about like the offseason a little bit today at his basketball camp.
Right.
And he was talking to me does like y'all heard that too, but
yeah, that was Leo's fault again.
It has to be like a real big change that has to happen, or is it really just keeping Malik and making free throws? It's like if we made more free throws.
I'm sorry, De'Aaron. I mean, he's not wrong.
Free throws, like if the team made more free. They were at last place. If they're midway, they might have won 50 games.
No.
Okay. Sure, if the Kings make their free throws, they win more games, but that's not the.
But they still get bounced in the playoffs.
Yeah, it wasn't just about their free throws.
Well, but still, is bringing Malik back, is that putting him as a contender?
Look, Malik said it. Malik said it in his exit. We talked to Malik, and Malik told us if I was playing, we would still be playing basically when he was after the season.
They would have been a top 6 team, yes.
And I do think because after he got hurt, that's when they fell, and that's when they lost some momentum, and no one really believed. I don't think their locker room really believed they were going to win anything without Malik because of how important he is to that team. And so
you think they win a championship if Malik is healthy last year?
No, not
that's
even
what
close.
I'm saying. So, but they're better. Obviously, they're better.
Yeah,
with
but
Malik.
they need to keep Malik, but then they need to make other moves. Moves,
like you still got to get BI,
man. And just
like if you bring in BI with Malik, now you just change the whole base of your team. Like,
but then can they?
And this just frustrates me, man. They need to make moves that they've been delaying for years. They need to.
Can they?
They need to move Harrison.
Yes.
They need to move HB.
A different question.
They need to move HB. They need to get another wing defender. They need to get.
Well, how do you get BI?
It's the same package that the same players we've been talking about.
But if Pelicans don't want him, like why do
because the Pelicans don't want to pay him $52 million.
But they probably have better options than to go.
They probably do.
What are we talking about? Harrison Barnes.
How close?
They probably do. But does the other team that trades for him that has better assets than the Kings, do they want to pay him $52 million? That's the golden question. Some teams are like, hell no, I'm not paying that.
Didn't you say you wanted to pay him $52 million? Or
I'm fine with it.
I mean, no one wants to, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. But like, some teams may want to be like, damn, $52 million.
Yeah.
I'm staying away from that.
Yeah.
I can get Pascal. Never mind. Pascal is $49 million. So I'd rather pay BI 52 than pay Pascal 49. I'm just saying.
Did you guys see Austin Reeves at this golf tournament today?
What do you say?
He's like golf. I think it was today or yesterday. He's golfing, and someone in the crowd is like, Austin, come to Detroit. And he's like, I'm not going to Detroit. So there's teams that just aren't going to be in the mix for anything, even though they've got money to spend, right?
You got to draft.
Yeah, no one's going to Detroit. No one's going to.
So if Detroit pays Monk 110, does he leave?
I mean, maybe for
if he gets max money, if it's 110 and 120.
I'm saying if he gets 100.
I think
and he gets guaranteed starter.
But I think business says you have to go.
No, but he's going to get that money from another team. So he's going to choose a different team other than Detroit.
Oof. I don't know.
In this hypothetical though, he would get, if he gets that money from Detroit, he'll get that money from someone else. He'll get that money from an Orlando or a Philly.
What if Orlando wants Clay?
Huh?
What if Orlando wants Clay?
Over Malik? I don't think anyone wants Clay over Malik.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I said we're assuming that he's getting paid a lot less than Malik. Do you want Clay at a much less number?
Yeah.
Like that's the question. He's not getting Malik money.
How much? So Malik gets 25 a year,
and then
so
Clay
5 for
gets
125.
17.
Huh?
And just say Clay gets 17. Malik 25.
I would take Malik over 17 for Clay.
I mean that's you, but like I think some teams might go the other way.
Maybe.
Depending on the team, maybe.
Right.
He's not getting any younger though. So
that's true. And Malik will get better.
And I don't know if Clay signs for 15 or 17, whatever you said. I think Clay's gonna minimum take like 20 a year.
I mean, he wants to, but will they pay him?
I think a Clay type would go to Detroit if it were the highest bidder.
I mean,
why else would he leave the Warriors? Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah. He's not going to win anywhere. He's not winning a chip.
So
the
he's
rest
their
of his
Blake
career.
Griffin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not.
But yeah, Kings are in trouble, man. Let's just say it the way it is. This is a Kings segment. Sacramento, clip that, Kings fans. Sacramento Kings fans.
They'll be fine.
We're in trouble. The Malik Monk is. I don't like the position the Kings are in with Malik. Obviously, Malik wants to return, but the Kings are been kneecapped at what they can give him.
I think the Kings get BI this year.
BI would be great. BI along with Fox and Sabonis and
would
Keegan.
You like that?
Oh yeah, I would.
That would be great.
That'd be dope.
BI can get a bucket too. BI is one of those guys that you can just go to. He can drive to that midi pop.
He do have a problem with staying on the court though.
That's a fact.
That's
a huge issue.
That would be the only thing. Because I think.
So would you rather have Kuzma or BI?
BI.
Oh, that's a good one.
I still take BI.
Still knowing that he has injury issues. Me too.
Yeah, I think I would too. Because all you got to do is you got to find a way to win enough games to get in the playoffs, and then keep BI healthy enough to play in the playoffs.
I agree.
And BI's a killer. But what do we got for? Do we have any facts or cap? Or are we going straight to buy or sell?
Let's go buy or sell.
Okay, buy or sell. What do you got?
And I want to go first for the first time. I was
Mark
prepared.
Haynes.
He's ready.
Something hit me on Saturday, and I'm buying water. I'm buying water. I
was expecting something great, but he said water.
I'm buying water. I went to the Jug Life Celebrity Softball game.
Yeah, you go.
Hosted
Shout
by
out JaVale
McGee.
Shout out JaVale.
And it was pretty dope or whatever. You had, obviously JaVale was there. Matt Barnes, Baron Davis showed up casually late as like myself or whatever. I was more on time than he beat, but
Lance Woods.
Lance.
Shout out to my boy.
My brother Chris.
Troy Daniels was there, right?
He's out there traveling and dunking.
Troy Daniels.
And the reason I'm buying water is because water brings nothing but good to your body, good to your mental. And also, Troy Daniels was my very, very first NBA player interview.
Shout out Troy.
Of my entire career. He gave me a one-on-one when he was in the bubble. It was during the bubble.
Right.
And he posted a video of the food they was giving in the plastic bags.
I remember that.
Yeah. Whatever. Never met him. Never, spoke with him or anything. I DM'd him right then, and the article, the New York Post, aggregated and stuff. It was dope.
There you go.
And when I got the Jug Life Water event was my first time actually meeting Troy, and I was able to tell him, like, hey, I appreciate you giving me that interview. And I told him you was my first ever interview. He had no idea. He was like, that's dope or whatever. So I was like, I appreciate you. He was a big help to my career, and it all started from water.
Shout out.
Buying water.
Shout out Troy. Shout out Water. Shout out Jug Life. Shout out JaVale. I like that one. It's a good buy or sell.
It was dope. I was prepared. I was ready.
It's a good buy or sell. What do you got, Leo?
I'm not ready. Go ahead. I'm not ready. I am ready. So check this out. I'm buying Chuck E. Cheese's summer deal for families. It's $40 to take your kid unlimited swipes, so they get to play unlimited for 2 months for $40.
Man, look at
that. See?
Was that my camera?
Yeah, Haynes kids, get ready.
That's a great. That's a great. I'm going Chuck E. Cheese right now. No, seriously.
Not bad.
I'm buying Chuck E. Cheese's summer sale, and it's not a pro. They're not paying us for this. I think it's a great deal because if y'all have kids, you got to entertain them somehow. And right now, it's hella hot to go to the park.
Right.
So this is like a little indoor park for these kids. I think at $40 you get unlimited swipes. I think you get like $1 or you get a cup and you get to bring the cup and fill it up with whatever you want, which is a great deal too. Yeah. And you get discounts on the food.
All right, well that's a good one. I like that. A little Chuck E. Cheese action. I've never been to Chuck E. Cheese. Never in my life. Nope, never in my life.
Really?
Yeah, I'd take him.
Is the big mouse still there or a rat?
Yeah,
the
rat.
Definitely a rat.
Chucky.
So we gotta go meet him.
All right, I'm buying something in tech. So very, very much myself. I'm buying Apple iOS 18. So it just got released.
The update that I didn't do yet?
Not yet. It's not out to the public yet, but they just released what it's going to look like.
For these or for laptops?
Everything. iOS 18's, all the updates to phones, iPads, everything. It's some pretty cool stuff. They've got a new calculator app for the iPad that's pretty insane. You can draw equations with your pencil.
Ooh, I need to do that.
And then it will you put in equals and it will solve them for you. And it'll do complex math too. So you can do, algebras and all sorts of stuff.
I can just ask ChatGPT for that.
Well, sure, but it's built around that. Apple and then Siri's getting an update with Apple Intelligence.
When's the last time you did an equation?
Third grade, maybe.
Goodness gracious.
Third grade? That's crazy.
Thank you, Apple.
Yeah, but no,
I got an F in that.
The new Apple update looks sick. I had to get a new phone here because shout out my friend, his daughter who's not even a year old threw my other phone, and so
is that the 15?
This is 15 Pro Max, but
he upgraded you too then.
Well, no, I had to pay for it. I wasn't going to make him pay for it because I may or may not told his little baby to throw it, and she did it. So, I'm like, I got to live with the consequences.
It just shattered the screen?
No, it just started bugging, bro. It would like shut down, turn on and off, and so I was like, it's time for it. But Apple gave me $450 for it, so I was like, okay, yeah, I was happy about that.
Why do we have to do an update like every other week?
You don't have to, bro.
I don't like.
You probably should, but
I do. I've been running out of
Tesla
room.
guy,
coming from a guy who's worked in tech
right now says software update available.
Yeah,
to install this update, you'll need to free up more storage space.
Which I just bought the $999 2 terabyte.
Yes, life changing, right?
That's fucking stupid.
Okay.
Excuse my
Thank you.
English, but why do I gotta pay for
more storage? Just put it on the phone.
That's it. Just give us more storage.
That's it.
You act like these things are free. You act like server space is free. You act like larger storage devices on the actual hardware is free.
They're already $1,500. Give us 2 terabytes in the damn phone.
No, that's true. That's a good buy or sell. That's a good buy or sell.
It don't cost them that much more money.
I'm just trying to buy Apple out here. As soon as I'm gonna show up to the studio one day with my Apple Vision Pros on, and we're gonna do the show virtually.
You definitely bought Apple.
Okay, all right.
And they gave you $400.
What a flop of a buy or sell. What a disappointing segment that was. Episode 16 in the books. Jeremiah Solomon, Leo Beas, Mark Haynes. We'll see you next time for an off-season edition of the 3 in the Paint podcast.
Off-season, wow.